Hello and welcome to Coral Kiwi Arts. Today I'm going to do another landscape. If you like to follow me or follow along with me, please do so. And these are the colours in which I'm going to be using. I'll display them at the bottom of the screen. So I thought I'll do a scene with 3 mountains and maybe some rolling hills and some water at the bottom. So first I'm going to just lay in the sky, and the first colour in which I'm going to use is, I'm going to use this blue, but I'm just going to water it down a little bit. Now I'm using a chiseled end paintbrush. It is a number 20. I think it may be 2 centimeters wide. So I'm giving myself lots of water, and I'm just going to give it a reasonably darker sky at the top. Now I'm just painting on some recycled paper because I don't like anything going to waste. So it's just a piece of A4 that I found lying around, and I just sellotaped it to my board here. Later on I will try and make it more presentable for you, but I'm only using what I can, or what I can find. Okay, so that's the sky. I might come down a little bit further with it. Now, I love these sort of skies where lines are going horizontally across. I find it much easier to paint. Now when it comes to doing skies, or any sort of landscape, try and do it fast, because if you go slow you tend to, well, you've got to let your imagination take over, your subconscious take over, and before you know it you can create quite marvellous pieces of work without having to think about it. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't, but if you put your heart and soul into it, they always come out. Now I'm going to use this grey as my outline. So I'm going to draw my picture by using this grey paint here. It's like a navy grey. Bluey, blacky grey. So I'm just going to do a layout of some hills, rolling hills. You're more beautiful than a rose, more beautiful than you know. Your kiss sweeter than honey, you're a kind, beautiful soul. I don't have anything except my love and wish for you. Please accept this rose I pick for you. Together we can make a wish. Let's plant our seed together. We'll send a wish and rose out to the sea. The sun is shining on the droplets of the petals of your love, so delicate like tissue, so gentle like your love. One thing I promise you, sing to you every day, so I will bring some birds to sing with me too. So if you're wondering who was singing in the background, that was me. I thought I'd put some of my original music in there. So here I've used my paintbrush like a pen and laid out the hills. Normally you just block in the colours, but in this case I've just drawn them in because I'm going to be filling them in with different colours to represent the rolling hills. So I'm going to add in a soiled bank where the bank has eroded on the side of the river. So I've just got to represent lines coming down through here to represent the erosion of the soil, and I can colour that in with a light brown to represent the soil, the clay. Right. Now if I look different in my appearance, it's because I had to go out and drop some keys. I've never done that before, meaning I hadn't left a painting, or while I'm painting, doing a video, suddenly just get up and go and come back. So it's always a first time for everything, isn't there? So where was I? That's right, this is an erosion or eroded bank here. I'll fill that in later. So I'm going to continue adding other features to this painting. So again, I'm using the grey, and I'm going to put in the mountains here. So I'm going to put one here, and maybe come down through there. This is quite big. Not going to have too many features. It's not high enough. Well, no snow today. And I'm going to add a bit of water, and I'm going to add another one. So I'm going to do this one as give it a flat top. Or down. Maybe let's change it. I don't like the angle of that. I'll come round and then that's better. And I'll put another one over here. I've picked up some green by accident. Let's try and get rid of that green. Or leave it in there, why not? Leave the green in there. Like that. And I'll do the background mountain very lightly, but I'll wait for that paint to dry. Now I'm going to do some clouds. I'm going to do some dark clouds today. So I'm just going to quickly lay some lines across the sky here. And maybe one here like this. Through there. Maybe one here as well. We'll cut through the mountain. And yeah, let's try and add some more in here as well. Join them up through there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now I can come back now and add another mountain in there because it's dry. It's going to be quite faded away in the background, so I'll give it a dark line around the edge so it doesn't look like Or it doesn't look like part of the clouds. Okay. Now, with my finer brush, well, I wouldn't call this fine because it's pretty burred at the end there, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it back in the grey again. And I'm going to use like a pencil. Add more water in there. Underline these clouds. Okay, so give them some character. Let's do this one over here, and maybe this one through here, and I'm just gonna move my paintbrush quickly through there. Could be a very stormy cloud. Yes, very stormy weather. They said it was going to rain today. We've got lots of clouds, but no rain. Very small amounts of rain, but no rain. In fact, every time we have a rainstorm, it gets more humid afterwards. Yesterday it was 98%. That was very hot yesterday. In fact, it's been hot all week. I'm not sure how hot it is over in wherever you are in the world, but the climate is certainly changing. Okay, some quick clouds. I might just soften them down a bit by just watering them down with my other paintbrush. I quite like this big paintbrush. Not going to add any white in there. I'll add a little bit more blue, eh? Let's add a bit more blue across the top here. Make it more dark. Mysterious. Yeah. Get some depth. Okay. Let's colour that part in there. Okay, let's add in the colour of the hills. Now I only got 2 greens here, but I can change the colour of a green by adding blue. But before I do that, let's do this brown. So I'm just rubbing a bit of brown and a bit of white because I don't want it to be that strong. I'll water it down a bit. I'm going to go across by just going down through there like that. This is where the water is. So let's add some water in there. So I've got my blue. I might add a little bit of green in there as well. And this quickly again, let's add the water through there, and it disappears around the bank of this hill. A lot of noise going on upstairs, sounds like someone's doing their vacuuming. let's add some green. So the ones in front of us are going to be darker. So let's fill this in. And maybe go with a grey, a little lighter colour, like so. And play around with your brush, give your surface a bit of a texture. Again, I'm using this green, you can see that, and I'm just going to apply my next colour there. I'm going to water it down a little bit more because it's eventually going away from us. And add some more water and just keep going. Now I didn't add my paintbrush back in the paint because I just want to water this down. Let's do this side here. And maybe let's go across here. They certainly go a long way when you add water, these paints. And change it to a lighter green. The foothill. Just roll it over there like that. And I might just add some green on top of here like that. I quite like that. It's going behind the clouds, or the clouds are rolling over the top of the peak of that mountain. So it's looking pretty good. I'm going to add again my lighter green, and I'm just going to play around and add just patterns in my way I apply my paint. Now I'm just going above this, I'm not going to the edge, because I quite like that lightness through here to separate this part to this part. So let's see what I can do. I've got a bit of dark there, so I might add that. A bit of dark green. And I'm going to blend it over the top of this other green. Give it that appearance of it rolling. And I'll do the same here as well. I'll come down and I'll leave that part there light. So it looks like there's sunlight hitting that part of the hill, foothill. Now I'm going to use this dark green. I'm going to apply it here. I'm going to leave this part here light along the bottom edge here. I'm going to add a bit of brown along the edge there to represent the soil. And again here. Okay. Now I did have white here, but I've decided not to use it Let's add, I'm just playing around with my colours and seeing what I can come up with. Now if I add a green in here, a light green, it may not look good, but we'll give it a go. Maybe if I can dance it across the top here and roll it down. Maybe through there. And I'm going to get my smaller paintbrush, dip it into the dark brown, and we're just going to add a bit of, not much, just a little bit of highlights to that, and along the edge there as well, top edge. Like so. And let's put some small trees. So I'm going to add a bit of this dark grey and a bit of this green. Let's mix them together. Dark grey and the dark green. And there won't be many trees on this, but I can put one. Actually, I may not put any trees in this picture. I don't think it will suit it. But I can try. Let's see what happens. Let's see the outcome of this. So we'll put a tree here. One there. One across there. I really don't know how it's going to look with some trees. It may change the whole aspect of this whole drawing, but you never know unless we try. So I'm just going, basically just creating shapes of tree clusters. And I'll put another one here, through here. Okay. And maybe one across there. And I'm going to do some in the background, but I'm going to make them very light. So I'm going to add a bit of white to the same colour that I made. So here's my colour, in which I just mixed up. I'm going to add some white to it. So let's see how this goes. One there, and maybe one there. Maybe I can add a bit of white in here as well. Now with this blue, I've added a bit of white to it. It sort of changes into a very nice pale, almost purplish colour. So So I'm just going to add some flow of water through there, and let's put some peaks, some details. Not too much, because this is in the distance. I won't do anything there. So, okay, that will be it. All finished. Yeah. Really well done. Well done me. So there you go. We have rolling hills with some flowing water, an erosion of some soil, some very high mountains, hills, and a dark sky. And thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more like this, please keep in tune for next week. If you've got any requests, please write it down in the comments box below. If you get a big heart from me, it's my appreciation to say to you all, thank you for watching and for supporting this channel, this art channel, which is all dedicated to art. And thank you again for watching. Bye now.